You guys ready?
Good.
Yes. Let's do it.
Good morning and welcome to Eye on the Community. I am your host, Yaves Ellis. For today's show, we have a very special show with some special guests. I'm excited to have them here. They're from Homeport. We've talked previously about the work that Homeport has done in the community, and if you've missed those shows, well, this is a chance for you to kind of catch up. I have Mr. Layden and Mr. Kerrick here with me today. How you doing, sirs?
Wonderful.
Doing
Wonderful.
real good.
Glad to be here.
What I want you to do is each of you introduce yourselves and your what you do at Homeport. Starting with you, Kerrick.
Okay, actually, again, I'm Kerrick Jackson. I'm actually a housing counselor at Homeport. Been there for almost 10 years now.
Okay. And you, Layden?
And I'm Layden Hale, Senior Housing Counselor at Homeport. I've been with Homeport 10 years, and I teach financial fitness, credit budget counseling, and reverse mortgage counseling.
So in terms of Homeport, Homeport in over 15 years has been offering, home buyer education classes, which is an 8-hour course on the details of what's involved in becoming a homeowner. But what else does Homeport do?
Well, Homeport is a nonprofit organization. We've been around 30 years. We're going to celebrate our 30th year anniversary this year.
Wow.
And we try to meet the housing needs of the community. So we have apartments that we rent. We have homes that we rent. We also do classes for homebuyer education, which we're here to talk about today. We do financial fitness, financial literacy, credit budget counseling, and reverse mortgage counseling.
Yeah. So in terms of readiness, you got a new course about readiness. And let's discuss readiness a little bit. What is the concept behind that? And give us more details on that.
Okay, Yaves, about the Home Readiness Program is something that we established at Homeport for clients who's trying to purchase homes.
Okay.
That's quite not ready. They got different challenges and different barriers, such as credit, which is one of the main issues that's happening in the housing industry that's prohibiting people from purchasing.
Yeah.
So we're going to take them through the whole process. We're going to bring them in. We're going to actually pull their credit. We're going to find out what's actually going on with them. Because, again, most people want to be homeowners, but they don't know how, and that's one of the main issues. And with Homeport, what we established, again, was that readiness program. But what we're going to do also with that is move them forward, basically moving the needle, as we call it at Homeport.
That's good. So let me ask you this question, because I recently was asked by a colleague in terms of bankruptcy. Does that make it impossible for me to be able to get a home?
Well, with the bankruptcy issue, most lenders want you out of bankruptcy 2 to 3 years, depending on the lenders. That
makes sense. Makes perfect sense. So I guess the next caveat of this question is, when is the right time to buy a home?
Actually, anytime is a good time to buy.
Okay.
Over the last couple of years, a lot of people have rushed to purchase homes because they thought the interest rates were going to go up, and I got to get the good interest rates. But any time is a good time to buy a home if you're ready. And that's what the Home Readiness Program is all about now. We're trying to meet the clients where they are. A lot of clients, they want to buy a house, and at the beginning of the year, they say, I want to buy a house this year.
Right.
What they do is they come in and they sign up for the home buyer education class. But the issue is maybe the credit's not right. Maybe they don't have a down payment. So what we do is we meet them where they are. If you're ready to buy, if you're in contract, if you got a 700 credit score, money's ready for down payment, then you're ready to go right into the home buyer education class.
Yeah.
But if there's something that you need to work on,
right,
if your credit's not there, you come into the home readiness, and we will meet you where you are to get you to where you want to be.
So is this class different than classes you guys have done before? In terms of the readiness?
No, actually, what it is we've always had them, but we would always have the clients come into the home buyer. If you wanted to sign up for home buyer education, we would basically let you sign up for the home buyer education. Now we've seen the value in the classes, so we started to charge. It's a $99 fee for the home buyer education class now. The issue, though, is if you take the class, you get a 1-year certificate. If you're not ready after the class to purchase a home, you've taken that, but then you still need about a year to a year and a half to get ready. You have to take the class again. So we don't want to take that money until you're ready to buy.
And that's why you asked the question, when are you guys actually ready to buy a home?
Exactly.
Because then you can know, like, okay, well, you might want to wait a little bit before you go into this class, because you will forfeit that money after a year, in a sense.
That's correct. You'll be actually taking it again.
Okay.
Right. And going back to, like I said, with the Home Readiness Program, we bring them in for like a 1-hour orientation. We found out what the obstacles are. What's prohibiting you from purchasing that home? And we also want to know the expectations of what do they want from Homeport, what do they want from their counselor, because we're going to follow up with them.
Yes.
We're going to do an action plan on them. We're going to follow up with them within 30 days, 60 days. We're going to do that by email. We're going to do that by one-on-one, and we're just going to meet them wherever they're at.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. So, in terms of the current process of buying a home, if somebody's listening right now and they have no idea, where to start, what should I do, what do you sit down and say to them?
First of all, call Homeport. And that's at 614-221-8889, extension 134.
Yeah.
You'll probably be leaving a message, but one of our people will get back with you. We're going to actually, once we contact with them, we're going to ask them some questions.
Yeah.
Are you ready? What's your credit scores? When do you want to purchase a home?
Yeah.
And depending on what they say with that, it depends on where we're going to move them to the home readiness, or if they're ready, like Mr. Hale was stating, home buyer education is where they need to be.
That makes perfect sense. Is there a such thing as good debt?
Well, some people determine a mortgage as good debt.
Okay.
Because a mortgage, a lot of times, when you buy a house, you actually, you build equity.
Yeah.
So even though you're paying on the debt, but you're building equity. Some people say a college loan, is good debt because you're improving yourself. So I look at it like this: debt is debt.
Yeah.
But if you're going to get something out of it in return, maybe that's be considered good debt.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I like that a lot. So, in terms of people who put together a personal budget, what are some of your top advice for somebody putting together a personal budget? Again, people who may not have any idea of how to start this thing off, what would be your advice to them?
One of the things I say is do it.
Okay.
And that Nike thing that says just do it.
Yeah.
I say just do it. If you don't do anything else, take a blank piece of paper, draw a line down the middle of that paper, look at your income, look at your expenses, and find out where you are today.
That's good.
Don't worry about the fact that, maybe I have $200 over after I pay all my bills, or maybe I have $200 not enough.
Yeah.
Just find out where you are, because then you can set up a plan to get to where you want to be.
And I think it's good. You always say, in your classes, be honest with yourself.
How
important is that?
You have to be honest with yourself because only you really know.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're dealing with finances, Mr. Hale always states this, it's a scary situation.
Yeah.
And you don't want anybody to know your finances.
True.
But when you're trying to purchase a home, the bank's going to know your financial situation. Yeah. The realtors are going to know your financial situation. So, again, be honest with yourself. Let us start you off.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to pull your credit. We're going to do a budget on you. We're going to make sure when you go see that lender that hopefully there's no obstacles.
Yeah.
And, again, we're not going to leave you.
That's good. You guys are with a step by step.
Because, again, like I said, we review the documents. We pull credit like we keep saying. We're going to make sure everything is correct.
Yeah, definitely. So, in closing, how can people get in contact with you all? And what are some closing information that you want to let people know about?
Well, Yaves, the one thing I want to say is if any of your listeners want to buy a house, please have them give us a call. Again, 614-221-8889. The website is homeportohio.org. And but the one thing is, if you want to buy a home, call us, sign up for the classes, and we will work with you to get you to where you want to be. And at this point in time, I think home ownership is not for everybody, but if you want to be a homeowner, Homeport is going to help you get into that home.
I like that. Definitely, Kerrick.
And one thing I want to say last as we're closing here, a dream without a plan is a wish.
It's good.
And I want them to think about that. But also, a dream with a plan is a goal. And that goal is to purchase a home.
That's good. I appreciate you both for coming in and dropping knowledge today. Listen, you heard it here first at Eye on the Community. I'm your host, Yaves Ellis. Make sure you reach out to them if you're interested in buying a home or want to get information. I mean, they're the experts on that, so reach out to them. Homeport's doing a great work in the city of Columbus in this community, and we're excited to have them here today. Coming up next, I got great news right here at Eye on the Community.